Alright, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Ruach Kodash. Double honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstone. And salutation and much love to Yakim out there, pushing out this word in truth and sincerity. And I just want to do a quick video in transit here. Just about, I had a spiritual, quick spiritual conversation this morning with one of the brothers in the camp. Just about, my brother hit me up or whatever. And we were speaking about, a couple of things, and I just wanted to, put it on wax, so to say, and Lord's willing, it's edifying and exhorting onto brothers, about, learning how to follow, before you lead, because ultimately the Lord is setting up leaders. He's setting up judges. All right. And for you to be a good leader, you have to first and foremost be a good follower. Okay. Just look at the examples we have. All the examples, the leader, the elders, all right, the apostles. How did they start off? They started off by following. They started off following the men above them, and then in due season, when the Lord see it fit, he'll exalt you and put you in a leadership position. That's the first step. And the Lord, we do have leaders in all the prospective camps, camp leaders. Then you got the regional leaders and so on and so forth. But what ultimately all the 144,000 are going to be leaders. Even the lowest member in the camp, so to say, he's going to ultimately be a leader. So we have to be in that mindset, all right, to want to grow in the spirit so that we be able to lead. Because, in that time of Jacob's trouble, you might be out there by yourself. And then, when the spirit of the Lord come up, start working with you to do these great miracles, or just have you in the spirit to escape all these judgments. And, the scripture tell you that the women are going to cleave unto you. 7 women shall take hold of one man. You might have 20 people following you in that day, and you got to know how to lead them, all right, and how to follow the spirit, because that's, once you, the reason you have to be a good follower is because you're observing the leader, okay, you're taking notes, you're seeing how he's moving in his spirit, and then you study that, so to say, and then you apply that when it's your time to lead. You already seen how things should be handled and how you should move in the spirit. Let's use the example of the disciples. All right, they were observing the Lord Yahushai, so that, and then ultimately when Yahushai was gone, they had all that recollection of how Yahushai moved, so they could apply it. Okay. And to be a good follower, you have to take orders, And brothers got to remember that. Because the camp heads, they're taking orders from the men above them. And then those men are taking orders from the elders above them. And those elders are taking orders from the apostles, So that's the key thing, in this truth. You have to be in that leader mindset. You have to be in that frame of mind. All right, to know how to lead. All right, and when you get in that leadership position, you already knew what it took to be a follower, and how you already know that aspect of it. So that helps you be a better leader, and how to handle situations, and how to address certain problems among the ones that are following you. All right, so overall, it's a mindset that we have to embrace. All right, to be successful in this truth, okay? And you have to, you have to directly come under the rule of your immediate leader, or your immediate supervisor, so to say. Like, if you're working at a job and you're just let's say you're a bagger at a grocery store. All right, you go to your superior if if there's something, there's an issue, or you got a problem, whatever the case may be. You go to your direct supervisor. You don't go to the CEO of the company. You don't go to the general manager of the district. No, you go to your manager, the one that's directly above you, and that's understanding order. You know, that's why those men were set up. Just let's look at the example with Moses, all right, that the Apostle Tahar was just speaking about in one of his videos. Okay, he set up what he couldn't bear it no more. It was overwhelming for him to deal with the whole nation of Israel. So what did the Lord tell him to do? The Lord said to bring 70 men, all right, gather 70 of the elders that were officers, all right, meaning rulers, overseers, people that oversee, you know, and bring them up with you. All right. And then what? The Lord put the Spirit on them and they started prophesying. So there's an order to things, you know, and that's what the Lord has done now, you know, here in Great Millstone. He has set up the apostles and elders, you know, then you got the elders, you got the up and coming elders, and so on and so forth. Then you got the camp leaders. Okay. And so it's an order to things. And what? All the, you know, it's a chain of command, so to say. All right, just like in the military, you don't E1 private does not go to a 4-star general. That man is gonna get chewed the hell out. You know what? He goes to his superior, okay, his direct superior, and guess what? He's taking orders from his direct superior. Just like you're supposed to be taking direct orders from your camp leader or in the second and third in command. You know, you work your way up. It works its way up the food chain, okay? And then guess what? The E1 taking orders from his whatever, his captain or major, whatever. He's taking order from somebody above him, and so on and so forth. It's all about, you know, knowing how to follow the chain of command, and that ultimately makes you a better leader when you get in that position, because you know, if you're a good soldier, so to say. All right, you ultimately make your way up. You go to E1, then you E2, and then so on and so forth. You know, if you work your way, if you understand how things are ran, you know, if you understand how the things work, then you ultimately make your way up. Then you get in a position. Then that E1 later down the road, he becomes a major. All right, and now he's giving out orders, okay, to the men under him, the E1s and so on. All right, and that's the same thing in His truth. Now, you know, the Spirit has set up certain men, all right, to be in those positions, beginning with Apostle Tahar on down. And the mindset is to learn it now, so that we can, because you got to remember, we're going to rule the nations, man, with Yahushua. We're gonna be rulers over the nations, rulers over the whole universe. So we have to learn how to be followers now, so that ultimately we can be great leaders in the future. And it all begins with you. You know, you have to learn to follow. You have to learn to take orders. All right, you got to learn how to be in the Spirit. Okay. So with that, you know, Lord's will, this was edifying and exhorting to the sincere Akim out there. Shalom.